Anderson again. If you're gonna be a street fighter, you gotta be on the streets. Anyways, I forgot to mention a few things about my background. I was raised by hippies. I was always kind of in the hood, but I was like the dorky kid in the hood whose mom would like follow him with the car when he rode his bike to make sure he didn't go more than 100 meters and like that he never encountered any ruffians. And honestly, I think that may need to be a crime when you consider what happens to those people as an adult. What fight am I going to do today? Because I got a lot of different fights. Thing is, I don't know exactly how law works or statutes of limitation, so I'll save some of the good ones, like my MP fight, for after I do some research. Oh yeah, tell you about my fight in the dojo. Now, I don't count Jeet Kune Do as fighting, because it is technically sparring. But I was sparring, and then it turned into a fight once. And that's a long story. You see, when I was at the Kung Fu Dojo, they did like some training every day. Hold on, it's too noisy. I may have to start this clip. Never mind, if you can still hear me, I'm gonna print this. I did a lot of martial arts before Kung Fu. And the cool thing about Kung Fu was that they let me spar at like every day. And we spar no gloves, no hold bar, with a special thing called Jeet Kune Do, so that we can like not injure each other all the time. And I was just kicking everyone's ass, but I couldn't remember forms. And that actually helped, because if you forget your forms over and over again, then like you'll have to do them over and over again. And so muscle memory is really where it's at. So my philosophy as a martial artist is to forget all of your forms on purpose and just keep reviewing them. It'll take forever to move up the belt rank, but basically when you test, you're not saying that like I'm pulling something out from memory to score high, like an academic test. When you go to test, you're saying that like I've been doing this so much that I'm basically asleep during test. And that's the way I do things. I only test when it's 100% muscle memory, because if it's not 100% muscle memory, then it doesn't hold the weight that the belt rank's supposed to be. So, capitalism has killed dojo qualities in America. I'm sorry to say. The Shaolin Temple is really hard, but for various things in America, it's just for a guy to even like make money to support his family, you kind of got to give the black belts out a little bit easier. So you had two paths. You could either just memorize every form, and it was straight up the same curriculum from the Shaolin Temple, except you won't be able to use it in a fight. Or you can do it the Chris way, which takes forever to move up the belt rank, but it'll help you fight a lot better. And a lot of the people there were envious, but the thing is, I even explained to them exactly what my training techniques were and how they could do better. And they were just like, well, it's not written in this book that was translated from a different language and everything else, so I'm just gonna exactly copy whatever's in this book. That's not the way it works. See, the book is like an encyclopedia, and then when you make your recipes, you're not using the whole fucking encyclopedia. And so, yeah, that's my training philosophy. But I was really modest. Like when I kick black belts' asses, I'm not just like, yeah, I did that. I was just like, you know, I mean, I respect that this is a person's private business, and like, I don't come at people like that in the dojo. I'm always polite. But like, they were still kind of getting mad because I was kicking everyone's ass. And sorry, I spaced out for a minute. Oh, yeah. And so everyone wanted to get a shot on me. Like when I went to sparring, it was pretty much I blocked everything, always got the hits in, and pretty much dropped everyone to the ground within like just a few seconds. And yeah, but I was modest about it afterwards because I didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, they were really, really, really gunning to get that. And like for some of them, they had moved all the way up to 2nd degree black belt, but like they could still never even land one punch on me, and they were pretty upset about it. And I didn't even memorize forms. Like, look, they practice their forms every day. What I do is I only practice my forms at practice, and that's only an excuse so that I can spar, which is the meat and potatoes of what's there. Where do I go with this? I'm sorry, I got distracted, but let's move on to this fight thing. So yeah, I was under a lot of stress from my school and the geeks, but that's a subject matter for another video. Anyways, I was really stressed out one semester. Like I'd programmed half a video game, no, I had a head injury, then got back up, programmed half a video game by myself. Then I took a 21 credit hour semester with my hardest courses I ever took in my life and made ridiculously good grades. And then I had an 18-hour semester. And the 18 credit hour semester was just, I was losing it because I was already tired from the other stuff I'd done before. But yeah, I'd been out of the dojo for a while because like during that 21 credit hour, I was just like, shit, I can't drive over there. I was pretty pissed off because like it was changing the way my like body or mind or whatever. I'm not supposed to not do this stuff. Anyways, so I was on this thing called a slow, which is the difference thing from a fast. It really helped me calm down a lot. A fast is to not eat anything. A slow is to set an alarm clock and eat exactly one bite every hour. Like eat one grape, eat one tiny little sliver of cheese, and then one tiny little like speck of meat, and it's only one bite every hour. And if you're really, really irate, it just kind of helps you like calm down and take your mind off like deep stuff. But anyways, during spring break, like I had done this slow for like a whole week. I was like, I'm gonna do a slow for all of spring break because it helps me like forget geek stuff. And so I'd been on a slow for about 6 days, and I was feeling really aggravated, so I decided to drive back over to my old dojo. And anyways, I got there, and the black belt, like this one 2nd degree black belt, like I feel really bad for the guy because like he really wanted it. I mean, he was practicing every day, and he was just upset. But the thing is, that was like the best possible time for him to come at me. I mean, I've been out of the dojo for a long time. I actually had a horrible back problem that took me a long time to heal from. And I was on a slow. I was actually starving. And anyways, we sparred, and he finally got a hit on me. But whatever it was, he was too excited, and so I just felt like some kind of geek energy that pissed me off. And so like I just started going out in full force instead of lazy sparring. And like I knocked him on the ground, and I was just there kicking him. And my instructor came over, and he was like, "Hey, Chris, that's a person." And I was like, oh shit, you're right. Which kind of sucks because I was so stressed out about the geeks, and then the only people I get beat up is the people at my dojo. Oh yeah, and after that we did iron bone training. It was this weird thing where they would like hit themselves with sticks and stuff. And like, I was only a brown belt, so I wasn't allowed to do certain things. And then they just kept changing it so that brown belts can do more stuff, because I just wasn't going to test, and I was still moving up in certain levels. Actually, the instructor was mad because for what he's doing to look right, I should be at a higher rank. But I was like, look, man, I'm going to keep it to the quality of the Shaolin Dojo. That's the name. I'm not going to just memorize a fucking form I don't know how to do. I build those blocks into my body so that they're permanent and they work all the time. Anyways, but they never let me do Iron Bone. And they were always like wincing. I was like, oh shit, man, Iron Bone looks hard. Maybe that'll be one thing that I finally struggle with. And then like after I beat up Mark, oh yeah, and I got to spar my instructor that day. I'd never sparred. In fact, we never even seen him spar before. He is really good though, but I don't know. I got off some shots and he got off some shots too. And then we did the Iron Bone training. They finally let me do that stuff. And I just laid there and had someone like hit me with the sticks, walk on my like shins and shit. I was like, so this is it? And then they were just mad that, anyways, I still changed a person for the better by beating him up. You see, they were building too much of their image on that finally get that time to beat the champ. And they were putting too much of the work from other areas of their life into that self-interest that really wasn't that important. And anyways, a bunch of people had the vendetta, like, I'm finally gonna win in sparring against him. Sorry, got distracted. Anyways, it was so bad, this one student, I'm not going to mention his name, but he actually tried doing meth before sparring because he thought he might even get meth. I don't know, I was tired, hadn't slept a few days, on exams, and I fought a meth head, still kicked his ass. And he was a higher belt rank. Oh yeah, but the thing is, I still kept it modest, and that's really where it is. You know, fights don't just change the body, they change the emotions and every dynamic. And so, after that, he finally accepted that I just have more Neanderthal, and I'm going to win no matter what. And honestly, they didn't seem pissed after they finally accepted it and realized they could do a lot of other things in life. So every time I kick an ass, I change something, and I try to keep it respectful and not hurt people's feelings. I mean, I do what I do by system. I'm not like a loose cannon, alright? I think that's my fight for today, and I'll tell you about another real one tomorrow.